And hello again, Internet. It's time for me to play a stupid little arcade game again. And this is one that was kind of a classic in the arcades, if you can believe it. Data East's Bad Dudes, or I guess more accurately, Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. Oh, it's such a terrible name and terrible theme. And oh, that's louder than I was expecting it to be. Let me turn this down a little bit here. There we go. There we go. Yeah, well, I mean, Data East has put up several of their arcade machines, or I guess ROMs, on Steam. The whole Retro Classix, again, turning it down a little bit more, Retro Classix collection, spelled Classix. Of course they are. Of the collection, this is probably my favorite of the games that they have on it. There are several others. They're not too expensive, and if you collect ROMs, like I do, I like to have the legal ROMs. The ROM is just in the folder. It is not encrypted. It is not hidden in a pack archive or anything. It's just there. So you can put it on a different emulator if you want to, but I'm just going to go ahead and use theirs for this. But yeah, I don't know what else there is to say. It's Bad Dudes. Let's just get it started here. So first off, I'll put in a coin. First off, I'll put in a whole bunch of coins. Hey, it's Duke Nukem! President Ronnie has been kidnapped by ninjas. Are you a bad enough dude to rescue Ronnie? Are you a bad enough dude to save the president? Alright, that's, pretty basic arcade fare here. Controls are not actually the most accurate. There's a little bit of lag on them by the feel of it. I am using not the arcade stick. That thing needs to go back. And hey, credit to them. They said they will take it back. So I just gotta, the holiday seasons have kept me a little bit too busy to actually be able to go out and do that. All right, so we got nunchucks now. As you see, this is not the most complicated game in the world. Ooh, is that a sword? I think the nunchucks are better. Ah, taking a ton of damage. It's Karnov! Oh, tried to jump down. Lovely slides through you while you're hitting him. That's fair. Karnov is down! I'm a better dude than Karnov. Notice how my score is higher than the 1-up score. Wonderful programming on that. Wonderful. I said very arcade. First stage is easy. It's going to get harder after this because it wants to eat my money. That's the whole point now. It really wants to eat my money. This is an auto-scroller stage, so not really a lot I can do. So not sure why you'd put a time limit on the auto-scroller. Whee! I don't know why the sword is... Sword, yes. Sword. Knife is so small. I just got a second knife. So the red ninjas seem to drop power-ups. Aww, I died. It's a war of attrition. It's an arcade game. But I bought it, so now I can put as many coins in it as I want. That's one of the things I really like about all this. Not just emulation in general, but all these ones being added to Steam. Because at this point, when I was young and arcades were still actually a thing, it's like, man, I'd love to have an arcade. Love to get all these various arcade games. Always pictures like, I'd get this one and that one. Really not that many overall you'd ever be able to afford unless you had an actual arcade, which, well, those things were already dead before I was an adult. Yeah. Yeah, that dates me, but come on, you guys should know how old I am by now. But even then, man, dudes. That didn't last very long. I've already checked that continues in this do just take you where you are. But yeah, like I said, always the dream to own an arcade, but getting enough games for one would have been impossible. Now, I don't have the actual cabinets anymore. And nowadays, you get stuff like those one-up cabinets with multiple games in them, too. So there are ways to get an actual home arcade if you want one. And those aren't even that expensive. I mean, sure, they're not full hardware. They are emulated, but so what? If it's a legal thing. Hey, Shy. Yep, coin eater. Especially this guy. I mean, look at him. He blocks. He stays far enough out of range that he's got more range than you do, so it's actually harder to hit him. I'm bad. He's a bad dude. Stage 2 clear. I'm not expecting this game to be very long. Go to next stage. But, I mean, at this point, I have so freaking many arcade games. I've also been able to extract more. Like, I was having problems with the IRAM arcade hits previously. Well, now you can get, I think all of the ROMs are out on it, or have been extracted from it now. Whether or not they all work is another question, because one of the problems is with the emulators, especially on arcade emulators, stuff like Main and Final Burn, you have to have known good ROMs for it to work. So the CRCs for these ones don't match because they've been modified slightly. Some of them will have the copyright information changed or whatever. Even though, these are legal versions, they don't run in the emulators. The emulator devs don't care about these versions. They only care about the actual arcade boards, which I think sucks. I think they really should include these as known variants. And who knows, maybe eventually they will, but at the moment they don't. Ow. Game over. This guy does a ton of damage. Problem is he's off screen now. There he is. Crap. Yeah, that sucked. Well, yeah, of course it's a quarter eater now. Oh, come on. Can I hit him during all this? Doesn't look like it. There we go. I'm glad to have this. It's a stupid game. It's a stupid game. But I love it. I mean, that is one of my catchphrases. It's stupid. I love it. Oh, man, I probably shouldn't have picked this up at 1 freaking health. Yep, there, it's gone. Look at how many there are. Look at this shit. Yay, health. Got it. Ooh, I know a game I should check. I should look into. Don't know if it'll work on it, though. There's a PlayStation 3 game I need to look at, see if See if I can even read the date on the PC. Ninjas can't touch you if you're on fire. And if you get that reference, I applaud you. I mean, this is very clearly a Shinobi ripoff. Very clearly a Shinobi ripoff. God, this music sounds familiar too. I don't know, even of this style, I just put a whole bunch more coins in. Even of this style, I think Altered Beast is more my favorite. Which is one of the ones I was thinking of, because I have an Altered Beast arcade game, not the actual arcade machine, obviously. But the Sonic Ultimate Collection, back in the PlayStation 3 era. I mean, I have Altered Beast Genesis on Steam. But the arcade version as well was a bonus extra that was unlockable on that. Hey, did more damage. And there were a ton of games like this. The pretty basic side-scrolling beat-em-up that relied entirely on the quality of the graphics. Because let's be honest here, that's why you're buying this. Or putting quarters into this. Not for the in-depth gameplay. You're buying this because ninjas. Of course, the ninjas only make it more obvious that they're ripping off Shinobi. So stupid. So stupid. Come on, health, health, health. No. I have no idea what the time's supposed to do. It's not like I've ever lost a time, and especially not going to lose the time on a freaking auto-scroller. This is the best weapon in it, obviously. It's got the best range. Health. You, give me health. Drop health. Yay! Did what I told him. And it's another Karnov. No. I'm going to need more health here soon. Stupid Karnov clone. That's another game I wish would come back. The NES Karnov. Or the arcade Karnov, either one. I'd like to get a copy of that. I wonder if it is somewhere. There's a ton of old arcade games that just aren't around anymore that were fun and stupid. Like, my favorite of the group is probably Rastan? I think it's Rastan. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, he's going to jump right on me. Ah, that one came from behind. This is so basic. It is all about the graphics in this. You know, this guy actually looks like one of the Capcom enemies from, oh God, what game was it? That one in the arcade set that I had to super cheat on. I mean, I guess it's kind of a generic enemy using a fairly generic weapon, the chain with the hook on the sickle on one end and the kind of club or fork on the other, harpoon. So I guess it's not really going to stand out, and you're going to see similarities between it and other games. Wow, this really is a short game. Well, if it ends up being too short, I had a couple other options. At least you notice this one lets me continue. It lets me actually continue where I was, which in my opinion makes it a better arcade game. Because it is one that I would sit and put quarters in then. As opposed to ones that reset my progress. It's like, well, okay, if I can't go forward, I'm not going to keep playing. Woo! Almost got hit by that one. That was luck. Pure luck. More Karnoff. Did not want to pick that up. Because of my health. Oh, I hit him. The one on fire? Did you see? I actually did hit him. Okay, so there you can tell which ones will fall. They're a lighter shade of gray. Can I, like, go up in there? No. It's not a door. Wow. Wow, that was terrible. Ah, the screen is full of ninjas. Did I just kick the stalagmite as it fell? Bah. There are still a ton of arcade games I would love to have. Did it break? There he is. Like, timer wasn't even going for a while. I don't know what the hell happened there. This is a bullshit boss. This is just bullshit. Look at him. Come on! This seems to be the play right here. That seems to be the play. 6 stages down already. These are only a few minutes a pop. Hopefully that means there's plenty of them. It means it did more graphics work, though. I mean, the more stages, the more backgrounds you got to make. God. Oh, my God! So, yeah, there's a ninja up there. No, there's 4! Jeez. Look at this shit. Oh my god. It's so bad. Ninja clown cars. Wow. Well, you know what? I ain't going down there with him. Yeah, let's make sure I have plenty of coins. Oh, I missed it. These guys are getting more and more difficult. Oh, cool! You can just punch straight up. All right. Nope. That fire breath does a lot of damage. Come on, Karnoff. Obligatory elevator? Nope. Oh, another repeat boss. That's not even going to be the boss either. Ah. God, that thing's like that thing from the Goonies. I don't remember the name. I don't remember the name from the thing from Goonies. Another repeat boss. This has to be the end of the game. We're on a boss rush. This has got to be the end. Oh, you bastard. Wow. All right, we'll just keep trading here. That's fine. Nope, too close still. Jeez. There he is. Notice he doesn't have a life bar, so it's still not the final boss. This is still a boss rush. And more boss rush. Get it, get it, get it. This guy I don't like. Because he can just do that to me from a distance. And when he jumps up into me. All right, here's that last one. Yep, I was going to say, stick guy's coming up. Oh, crap, I don't have a good spot for him either. All right, now we should be at the boss. Nope, helicopter. Oh, it is the boss. Okay. Come down right through the helicopter blades. That makes sense. Hey, Sensi. Oh, man. I know, right? Clearly I'm not. How many times I'm having to continue. But that is classic. Are you a bad enough dude to save the president? The president has been kidnapped by ninjas. Are you a bad enough dude to save the president? This is so cheap. Quarter Eater. Quarter Eater Supreme. I don't know why killing him crashes the helicopter, but... Yeah, we saved the president! I'm bad! Wow, 7 stages, about half an hour. Hey, dudes, thanks for rescuing me. Let's go for a burger. Yeah, that is how the world sees America. Fucking so bad. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. Is this worth buying? Not unless you really love it. Not unless you love arcade games. And it's not even that great of an arcade game. Let's just be honest here. But it amuses the hell out of me. The president has been kidnapped by ninjas. Why ninjas? Because they're copying Shinobi. That's why ninjas. And because, like, in the 80s and 90s, ninjas sold. Oh my god. Ninjas sold. Watch out. Data East's new games to come. Watch out! Watch out. Data East's games. They're coming. They're coming for you. So dumb. Oh, that is fun. That was fun. It's a lot shorter than I expected, and I apologize for that. The end. Yeah, this is not a great game. It is one I plugged plenty of quarters into at arcades, though. So I was happy to pick this up. See if I should get the name in time. Yay! Yeah. Yeah. This is one I was happy to pick up. And this is like just straight up the ROM. Oop, get the cursor off the screen. Sorry about that. The ROM is just in the folder. Hey, Shark, you missed it. It's over already. Half an hour. It's done. I saved the president. I am a bad enough dude. But let's take a look in here. Wow, it doesn't bring up the menu. It literally says punch and kick to bring up the menu, and it won't bring up the menu. Wow, I can't bring the menu up. So the thing lied about it for the menu, too. There's not a whole lot here. As far as the extras go, you've got a volume control, obviously. You can't, there's no dip switch settings, so you can't change, like, the number of lives, the difficulty, anything like that, anything that would normally be in dip switch settings. This set doesn't have. That's kind of disappointing. It also does have, if you want, the arcade bezel like this. So you've got a little bit of a virtual environment going on, and then it controls player 1, player 2. See? Oh, punch, kick, start for menu. There we go. There we go. It's punch, kick, start. All right. It's got the CRT filter here, which looks terrible right now. But if I go to full screen on it, actually, it's about the same. I think it's the same. Same number of lines and everything. No. Yeah, so it looks terrible when it's smaller like that. But it's actually a little bit better this way. You see it rounds the edges a little bit. And it's more than just scan lines. You can see up here, if you look, there's discoloration like there would be on an actual system. So as far as even scanlines and CRT, this is not it's one of the better ones I've seen, to be entirely honest. At least in a commercial product like this. You can get much better ones on emulators. Hell, you can get ones that are like specific to specific models of television. It's insane. But yeah, I'm not going through the entire game again. I just wanted to show what little settings there were, and I do like the scanline version in this. Listen, is this game worth buying? Is this game worth buying? Not unless you really love it. Yeah, the people who make emulators, they're dedicated. They are very dedicated. I mean, I bought this. I'm happy to buy this. I will be happy to buy some of the other retro classics. This one was my favorite of the set. They are kind of pricey on Steam, I will admit. But, I mean, you own it. You can put as many quarters in as you want, effectively. The emulation in this, I had no issues with the emulation in this. It seemed to play just fine. I don't like the bezel and the CRT shader at the same time. I don't think that looks good. But the fact that it has, and that's all it has. That is all it freaking has, basically, for the video stuff. The options in this are kind of lacking, but the ROM is just there for you to use in other emulators if you want. So if you want to get those other features, there you go. So it's not the worst job I've seen. And the game is amusing for half an hour. You know, a bit expensive for half an hour fun, but it is what it is. It's bad, dudes. It was never a huge classic. Data East wasn't one of the heavy hitters, but they did fill the arcades with several other games that were fun to enjoy. They're fun to play. I don't know if Data East ever had any, well, they might have had some huge breakout title that I'm just not thinking of at the moment. I'm sure they did. Everyone had something that was successful. And they were obviously successful enough that they lasted for a while. And yeah, sometimes it's just a fun, cheap little game is all you need. As I say with games of this style, I like the Sega ones better. But I can't get the arcade versions of the Sega games, at least on Steam. You can get Shinobi, you can get Altered Beast, but you only get the Genesis versions. And console versions, as good as they were getting pretty good by that point, they still weren't as good as the actual arcade machines. So, at least as far as the software went, usually. I want to support these. I want more people, more companies to release their older titles in collections like this. There's no reason not to. It's basically free money. Especially if you have a bunch of arcade games that all use similar hardware, and you have an emulator that can do that hardware, or even better, console games. For something like this Classix, Retro Classix set, they can use the same wrapper for all the games. They're selling them all individually instead of in a package. I wish they had it in a big package. Would be better for me. But even selling them individually, at least they're available. And it's a lot easier to do this way. Ah, well. Too many companies sit on their old stuff and just don't care about it anymore. I mean, how many NES games do you think Electronic Arts is just sitting on? Electronic Arts has been in the consoles forever. Just think of how many of those old games they're just sitting on and not selling. Because they don't care. It's effectively, they're just sitting on money. And that's EA! These guys are absolute whores for money. Whatever. So I'm supporting this. Should you guys? Only if you really want to. I'm probably going to start another game up soon. Yeah, I think I'll do some, go back to Sunlust for a bit to fill in time. No, they really aren't, Shark. They really aren't. Since this game only took half an hour, I was expecting an hour. This is like the Capcom games took an hour. But no, this one was only half an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'll switch to Sunlust for a bit. Get more of that set done. So I'll be back in just a moment. I'm glad I played this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out their other stuff that's on Steam. At any rate, I will be back in just a moment. Take care, Internet. Enjoy the games you play.